My name is Divine Akachukwu Odazie. Technology evangelist at Several Nines. So Several Nines is a company that helps organizations take control of their data through building database automation technologies. So we have currently two products, Cluster Control and CCX. So CCX is the Kubernetes-based DBaaS, right? That help virtually anyone, right? CSPs, organizations offer DBaaS to their end users and customers with easy setup and integration. So my role as a technology evangelist involves helping the Several Nines team build the product better and helping users, right, use the product better, right, and being a liaison between the community and Several Nines, right, because the community comes first, right? They are the users, they are the people we have to like solve their problems and all. So that's just a summary of my day-to-day job. Yeah. One of my interests I know that have been consistent over the years is my love for travel and exploring places, right? So aside from my day job, I love to travel and like go to new places and do a lot of like activities, risky activities like climbing and hiking and stuff, right? And languages lately, I've been learning Spanish, right? So I mean, we're very much interested in languages and the origin and literature and all, and startups, right? So that may not sound a little bit fun, but it's kind of like just an interest in reading and writing about startups and all that I've had over the years, even before like all Kubernetes and like tech, right? So, yeah. I would say it's not a regular journey, right? Even my entire tech journey. So I got into open source through writing, right? Documentation and stuff. So I've been a writer long before. I would say that I've been a writer before, like a coder, right? Or someone that knows how to write code, right? We're writing stuff and like writing about my thoughts on just like my personal blog and all the early days of Medium, right? Years ago. So but technical writing is one skill that just kept with me, right? Both writing when I was working in a company, writing Java code and building products with Java, to getting to Docker, using Docker, Kubernetes, and all. So writing is something that was always consistent, right? And through writing, I got involved with the Ansible project, right? So I think that was my major like involvement in open source, right? And I built the Ansible writers community, which made a lot of contributions to the Ansible project documentation, right? And worked with the Ansible documentation team lead. So that was a great experience, right? Not only like just getting into open source, but getting to like lead on some project that helped involve a lot of technical writers that are kind of new to open source and people that have not really contributed. So yeah, so that's my getting into open source. Then some contributions to several projects. Then worked on Cilium for almost a year. So yeah, so that's how I got into open source through writing. I think that's the shortest answer. Yeah. When I started with Kubernetes, so late 2021, early 2022, right? So was playing around with Kubernetes and like learning about Kubernetes and all. So I met I don't know if you know him, Bart.
Yes.
So yeah, so they was actively involved in the community then. So I think it was on LinkedIn. I can't really remember exactly where, right? So and he reached out to me, sent me a message. I think I shared my interest to get more involved, right, in Kubernetes communities and all. Then he sent me a message on LinkedIn to join the Data on Kubernetes community. So I joined there around then and like just like learning and listening and like following up with the meetups and all, right? Then I saw an opportunity right, through the uh, Data on Kubernetes Explorer program, right, to kind of like contribute, right? So I applied to join that, then I got to contribute to the community. Then I also got the opportunity to speak at KubeCon, right, on the DoK day at KubeCon regarding the work of the DoK explorers to help anyone, right, get started on database on Kubernetes. So I would say what drew me was my interest, like to contributing the community, right? And I had some experience on databases, right, using Postgres and stuff. I wouldn't say I was a DBA or any of that, but mostly as an end user, right, of database and database technologies. So coming into the community, like contributing to something relatively new, right, and growing. So yeah, that's my what drew me and my experience or beginnings rather to database on Kubernetes. I see things moving forward, right? Because I think that is the key thing, right? And whatever the technology be, right? Just like okay, I've already mentioned Ansible, right? Ansible is a technology that has been existing, or like the way of doing deploying software, right? That been existing for years, right? The only reason it's been existing for that long is the community, right? And just like you have Kubernetes, right? There are other container orchestration toolings that have come before Kubernetes and after Kubernetes, right? But Kubernetes is kind of the de facto, right? So the community, I know that is the core foundation of the future of databases, data, both machine learning application and all types of data on Kubernetes, right? And I believe that the community will continue to grow, right? With the more operators coming for different types of databases, more support coming, right? And a lot more people learning more about database on Kubernetes, right? And like my organization, right, is involved in data on Kubernetes. Several organizations are becoming involved, aside from the adoption, but also building technologies and tools, right, to facilitate that. And I think that will further improve the growth and more adoption on, let's say, some niche databases, right, and niche type of feature sets and requests. And I'm excited to be part of it. And hopefully I can contribute more of my quota to enable the learning of data on Kubernetes and as we grow. Yeah.